I'm sorry for the issues. You just gotta refresh. Just gotta refresh. Oh, I didn't even think of the YouTube end of this. Oh, bullets and gumdrops. Live, because this one was already done. I gotta update this to 9.1. Okay. Alright. We are live. I don't even know. Really updated YouTube because the stream went kablooey. Alright, should be good now. The stream went kablooey. So every so often, it stream will do this thing where it decides, I go to switch between scenes and it's like, oh, did you mean to push every single one of your stream deck buttons all at once? Don't worry, we're got to. And it's like, well, actually, I didn't mean to do that, which is why I just did that thing where I didn't do that. But thanks, Streamlabs. I appreciate you for checking in, I guess. But in this case, it seems like it just effed up the works and made it go kaboom from too much input. Which, whatever. It's not like it's something I can control, but it's still frustrating. Because now I'm gonna have, a split stream in terms of YouTube and the numbers, and it's a whole. I'm updating everything I need to make sure we're all good. Please bear with me. Don't judge me off this isolated incident. Judge me on my history of being a complete failed child. That is far more fair and honest for everyone involved. Alright, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay. In the words of Emily D. Baker, WAP. We are professionals. That may be legally true, but it feels like it shouldn't be. It feels like it shouldn't be an actual quote. Just being honest with you. Okay. I think we are basically recovered. Hi, Coleslaw! How are you? Good to see you. Technical hiccup. Twitch is the usual. New YouTube link is, and let me toss this here, and then we'll be good. Bam! Because I saw.
Prepare yourself.
So we got folks Off to go celebrate my dad's birthday. Well, I hope you enjoy, Yami. I hope you enjoy the birthdays. As usual, give my love to the missus. What up, Caracal? Okay, I'm just about good, so I'm gonna close this out. Guess what I'm watching someone play that you'll be interested in? Go on. What would it be that I would be interested in? 2K? Threads of Fate? Mega Man X8 remake? Come again for Big Fudge? So, you're gonna need. I am so morbidly curious. Mega Man X8 using 16-bit graphics. Okay, so like, all right. Which game? Hold on, I gotta check this out. I am doing a thing in the background. I popped up. I just wanted to get my guild has done for the day on Warrior, which is what I'm leveling on the side right now, so I can get rid of all my old tank shit. All right, that just happened. Let me see. Mega Man X8 remake. Oh shit. Is a 16-bit reimagining of the PS2 original with SNES-style graphics. The aim was to demake X8 in a similar feel to the first 3 Mega Man X games, while trying to actually finish a low-scope fan game. And guess what? After 2.5 years of intense work, version 1.0 is finally here. The fan game is fully playable from start to finish with X. Okay, it looks like they went off of mainly. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's a lot to this shit. What up, Blood Wedding? And, listen. So the thing is, the reason why I want to level Warrior is mainly because I, like, in terms of my classes and jobs, I have Paladin at 90, Dark Knight at 84, Gunbreaker at 84, Warrior at 51. If I get Warrior up to 80, I can legit sack all of my pre-80 tank gear. Like, all of it can go in the glamour dresser because I won't give a shit about any of it. So I'm like, I might as well. To Xanarkand, one of the 2 songs that made every nerd who learned to play piano learn to play piano. Like, if you are a nerd who learned to play piano in your teens, you learn to play piano to either play To Xanarkand or to play Hollow Bastion. You know how I know? It's because I can play Hollow Bastion. Just get rid of it. Only put things you want to glam in the dresser because there's the... Oh, no. Yeah, obviously. But that's my point, is I can basically like, every last bit of tank gear, gone. Other than, current shit. This demake honestly looks interesting.
What team you say again?
I kind of want to check it out.
I meant, forget that.
Or Zero Axle Navigate. Well, they were never planned to be invented. I was always intended to be simple scope. I always try to be clear on so as to not leave promises. I never fulfill well trying to friends. However, now the original plan scopes complete, I might review it in a few years to consider adding them in, but no promises will be focused on other projects. Are there any secrets? There are no secret techniques or armors, but there are 3 hidden boss fights and a place that should be familiar to X8 veterans.
since toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon. Praise be to Yevon.
Or to play Mozart, but no. That's just because you want to learn how to play piano. I'm talking about nerds who want to play piano, who specifically want to play nerdy shit on piano, learned it to play either To Xanarkand or Hollow Bastion. If you just want to play piano, like, you can just play piano.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Seymour is the most realistic and therefore scariest villain. Fight me. In terms of Final Fantasy, I assume you mean? Let me think. Is there anyone who can really contend with Seymour for most realistic? To a degree, I might contend Vayne is right up there in terms of realistic. The charismatic, front-facing, terrible dictator type person. Let me sip water. Oh, no. I wasn't hydrating with the coffee. I happened to be drinking the coffee, and then I look over and saw you redeemed hydrate, and I was like, oh, okay, let me also sip some water. I got you. Yeah, I would say Vayne is probably right up there, but yeah. Like, it's different. But yeah, see, TBH Vayne isn't he just really loved his little brother. Yeah, Caracal. And what did he do in service of that love and goal? Go ahead. Fill me. Exactly! But that's my point, though, is genuinely what makes a character like that scary and like a real-life analog is the real fear is like, oh, this is a person who is doing a thing effectively and completely, but also is abjectly and purely sure that what they are doing is just and is right. And that's what makes it scary. Right? That's what makes Seymour's actions so troublesome and worrisome. Not them being the greatest evil we've ever seen, because quite frankly, we have seen greater evils in the series. What makes them so scary is like, dude could be any politician today and fully believe the bullshit coming out of his mouth. I mean, you gotta do some extreme shit to stop godlike beings from making your little brother puppet. I get it! But the difference is, like, it becomes a thing where it's like, it's the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? Okay? So, like, what is the difference between that and, you know, someone who's a hero who's like, well, I've got to save my brother. Saz fighting to save Daj. Well, the difference is that Saz isn't willing to sacrifice anyone and everyone to achieve that. You know what I mean? But I do feel Vayne is new. Like, again, what makes Vayne a good villain, and I fully defend Vayne. Like, what makes Vayne a good character is it's like, you're doing some shitty things, but I can understand why. That's also what makes a character, like a character who is not the hero, terrifying. Because it's like, oh, I understand entirely how and or why we got here. Like, I'm not confused about how we got to this point and how you did these actions. Oh, damn. I'm surprised there wasn't a resolution of stopping the Eorzea. Yeah, but... Bum, ba shooby shoo shoo fwam fwam kadoo doo. Alright. Let's go. Okay, the game wasn't showing for a second. I was like, oh no, it broke again. When last we left off, we ended up in the Wild Wild West. Let me take you to the Wild Wild West. Then we go into the Wild Wild West. Let me take you to the Wild Wild West. I'm sorry. I unironically like that movie. And it's based on one of Stevie Wonder's best songs. So I therefore like that song. We're going straight to the Wild Wild West. Okay, but I went ahead after last night and I mapped this place out. I didn't get the full mapping achievement because there's something here. But I did get all of the ether points here. So I don't have to do none of that today. Alright. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with the Ronique by now. I'll go on ahead and check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. His accent is really hard to nail down perfectly. Because the nature of it, like I said, is kind of muddled. It's a little bit of that Vieran Icelandic sound, little bit of that Turali Spanish, little bit of proper Charlayan, like it's kind of all mush-faced together. Oh, the movie could have been better. I just enjoy it as a fun little romp. The friend, I take it? Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of reason to stress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronique. This is why I have to ask that you stop at Sheshnawezi Springs. That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Kamaka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Round them all up's easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. I'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then. If you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Ready? Saddle up. Friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Okay. Mount the Ronique, and I guess I just kind of follow on. Yeah. So, Bloodwedding, that's actually... Do you want the actual answer? Because I can give you the answer. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. Because I can give you, a genuine answer to that question. I continue to be struck by how much Shalani has changed. Yeah, okay. So here's what it is. For so many other characters, they got English VAs. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. And with few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Nopalitenders. Not just for the water in their stems, mind. Their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. Nutritious and delicious. I'm trying to see if I can find my way there. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it is brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within makes for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wandered too close. The Wallaki, meanwhile, show great reverence to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We are here. Alright, so, for all these other people, they got, a good thing for these Ronique. They got these English VAs, like actual English, right? Right? And so when they went to get the VAs for the Viera, it was easier to find Icelandic people, and so they decided to go with that. That sounds like I'm being an asshole, and to a degree I am, but also, I'm willing to bet money that that's what it is. That they weren't... Oh, that's right, that is how Fran spoke in FF12. You know what's my honest guess there, then, and I'm being dead ass with you, just based on when 12 came out? They were specifically looking for someone with a... I'm gonna try and think of the exact term. They probably specifically put out a call looking for a distinctly foreign accent. Would be my guess. What up, Shan? And like they just listened and wanted to hear what the accent, like what it sounded like. I'm being dead ass. I'm not saying... There is obviously a very serious chance that they could have specifically wanted an Icelandic accent for Fran, but my guess is that they knew they wanted something different because Viera were supposed to be different, and they didn't know what, and they were just like, fucking hit us. And that they heard her and were like, pause. Run that back. Like, I know enough about VA casting and shit that is the type of thing where I'm guessing that's what it is. Then once it was locked in, they were like, okay, here's where we're at now. And they just, that's the canon. Viera have that Icelandic accent. Also, yeah, Fran is 100% black. And tired of a lot of people's shit. My hottest take... It's not even a hot take. My hottest take is FF12 would have made more sense if the majority of the cast was black. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on Ronique. Or at least Middle Eastern. Oh, they do a lot of Middle Eastern inspired shit there. Red Us should have been Middle Eastern. I'm gonna say that. Now then. Although he was definitely darker than average. But Red Us should have been Middle Eastern. This is Sheshinowatsi Springs. Perhaps the busiest town here in Shalani. People travel here from all over, hoping to find their fortune. I still want to do a Fabula Ultima game based on FF12. Not a bad idea. That world is rich with shit to work in. The change come to Husatawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let's see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Oh, great! She's got blue hair. Bet she's got pronouns, too. Pfft. Tried to jump over to Adamantoids, but it's congested as shit. I'm sorry! I didn't know that you can't even, like, temporarily go hang out if it's congested. I only just found out. Also, speaking of blue hair and pronouns and, like, conservatives being assholes, can we talk about the new thing they keep fucking bringing up? Namely, why are they so up in arms over the idea? What's the new thing? Tales of the Shire? The new Lord of the Rings Animal Crossing-esque game coming out? It is racism. It's strictly racism. But they're talking about, like, some of them are targeting the racism. But some of them, like, so some of them are targeting the racism part of angle of it, which is that there are black and brown hobbits. Forgive me for thinking that, you know, that wasn't a fucking big deal. But there are black and brown hobbits. But for some of them, very specifically, they're getting mad at, how do I put this? They're getting mad at the fact that, like, there are women who made it, who have colored hair, who have done an interview talking about how this is a game they think people will love, and it's like an Animal Crossing style, like, farm sim slice of life situation. It is a slice of life farm sim that just happens to be set in the world of Lord of the Rings. And they're legitimately mad. Like, a lot of them are mad at the racism of hobbits. But it's the people who are mad at, we're getting a Lord of the Rings game, but it's just slice of life in the Shire. And it is what you say, Shin, but specifically, if I see someone, like, I don't want to be misunderstood what I'm saying. Obviously, if you're racist, you're a dumbass and it's a problem and go fuck yourself. But if I see someone who sees the game and they're racist against it, like, I can believe they came up with that racism on their own. Shockingly enough, I can just believe humans are racist. But if I see someone genuinely coming out here getting mad because it's a Lord of the Rings game that is a slice of life farming simulator, life simulator type of game, on the flip side, I don't actually believe any real human can come up with that opinion on their own. I don't. I just don't. It was made by the grift machine, and it is just being recycled. No real, genuine human with functioning thoughts of any caliber or variety can come up with that specific kind of anger on their own. Because what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean you're mad that another Lord of the Rings game is coming out? Because you don't get to be, like, a ranger or some shit. Like, I don't... They have their own fucking game of big combat and fighting orcs. Shadows of War and Shadows of War. Right! Right, and the thing is, like, there's so many out there, and I know people be like, yeah, but they get mad because it's not for them. But no. But, like, again, I have seen these people. I know when they're getting mad because it is their own internal bigotry, and I'm like, oh, you are just a bigot. And who knows? And I know when they're literally just regurgitating a point, and they don't actually believe it, but they have to fight and argue about it, because if they don't, they feel they lose their personal identity, because it means that they don't have a consistent focus on one side or the other. So they're not fighting because they want to, they're fighting because they have to. And that's what that is. The racism, for those people, it's real. They're just genuinely racist. The people who are mad because it's a farming sim set in the Shire are literally just manufactured anger that they're being told to be angry about, and so they're just regurgitating. And I understand it is a minute, like, line to draw, but it is just something I feel in my heart. Like, no, this is different. I would argue it's worse. Look, Russian propaganda is powerful, and they pump millions into USD into sparking these culture wars, and shitty people like to keep spreading them. Exactly. But what I'm saying, I would argue it's worse. And, like, this isn't an I can excuse racism thing. Like, no, as I said, fuck racists. But what I'm saying is, I can understand how a person can come to their own conclusion and be racist. I just think they're stupid and wrong and everything else. You mean to tell me, like, when I say I can understand, I don't mean like, oh no, I know how someone could get there. I mean, like, I'm saying, like, I know that's a thing. I get it. We all get it. We all know that exists. I genuinely am trying to figure out how someone unironically goes, I am mad that this exists. You mean tell me a shrimp fried this rice? Exactly. I am, like, how someone says, how dare they make a farming sim in the world of J.R.R. Tolkien? You don't have any original thoughts. You literally just see something and have to repeat it. You physically cannot stop yourself. You don't have a personality of your own. You're a fucking Smeargle in terms of Pokemon. Your only ability is sketch. Your stats are shitty, and you keep copying a Rattata using tackle. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? There's supposed to be a more progressive farming sim game called Coral Island that takes a lot of racist fantasy tropes out. Russian propaganda is absolutely compared to Zionist propaganda. See, here's the thing. The Lord of the Rings one, again, it is being made by a very, very inclusive team, and it's hobbits, and the hobbits come in all types of skin tones and all physical shapes and varieties that you can have within being shorter people, and, like, people are just mad because what do you mean there's a black hobbit? And it's like, okay, well, why can't I want you to sit down and explain to me why there can't be a black hobbit? I want you to actually sit and physically point out to me a scientific reason why there can't be a black hobbit in this fantasy world. It's fucking fantasy and magic. There's fire demons. There's a magic ring. I want you to explain to me why there can't be a black hobbit. I'll wait. And then they're sitting there when you ask them to do that, when you ask them for a very, very specific and simple concept, and they go, you know, black people. Black try to ice out. Go to hell, Caracal. Mind you, stairs in Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica. Shan, I literally had to tweet out and say, like, hey, white folks, bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. That hilarious tweet you have locked and loaded, ready to go, of call me Haitian the way I eat this cat, you can delete that. Delete it. Just go ahead and delete it. You don't need it. No. Don't save it to the drafts. Delete it. It's a great joke. I want to be very clear. It's a great joke. It's not a great joke for us. For anyone who looks like this. Anyone who's vaguely in the Fenty 100 line need not apply. Okay, it's not funny coming from us. For so many reasons. Okay, it's not funny coming from me for multiple, both because of the things going on now and because of, I don't know, if I was to take a guess, literally the entire history of Haitian white people relations. The whole thing. Beginning to now. From the beginning to now. The whole fucking thing is a primer and an explainer on why. I've been completely derailed. Yes, I'm Ayate. And who might you be? He is my friend. I mean, realistically, there are white Haitians. Correct. And yet, if you can, like, we also know how they got to be white, and I feel like in a just society, you gotta be aware of that. And I know, Caraclu, you're not sitting here saying, therefore, all... No. I'm just saying... I'm saying how they get... It's the same people who are like, Kamala's claiming to be black, but if you look back in her family line, white guy. How the fuck do you think he got there? I want you to say it. I want you to say it out loud with your mouth. How did he get there? Say it. Say it out loud. I want to redeem the point. I gotta. Why can't I make that joke? It's for black people anyway! That's why. Wait, did he get 2? Okay. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Ellen Erenville. Yes. Yo, at some point you gotta stop. A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. It's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Ayate. She's known my mentor since we were children. I mean, they're there because of capitalism. They weren't making people property. I get what you're saying, but also... Obviously, there are exceptions to the rule. I feel like a white Haitian... white Haitian in the sense you're describing also has just a tick more understanding of why not to do that shit. Like, they just have they would be more likely not to make that joke in the first place. Nice to meet you.
Never thought I'd see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown, Elenishpia.
Okay. I'm not giving the racist answer. To be clear.
All right. I was born Eleneshpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate if you would continue using my chosen name.
Yeah, we don't dead name around here, so you're good with me, Aaronville.
A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds a visit myself. It would be good to see Kachua again.
I have to feel like it's gotta be that, Shan.
She's the finest archer I know.
Eleneshpia's mother and mentor. She also is apparently totally fine with dead naming.
Every time I dropped by, she'd treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she hunted herself. You're impressive with the bow too, Ayate, even among the Shatona. Oh, I couldn't compare to Kachua, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Galul Jaja's traveling companions, after all. She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire in her.
And that's how he knew him. Because your mentor was one of the 6. Fucking okay. Yeah, I guess you don't gotta spoil me, Shan. Perfect time to ask. It's really funny how we can boil most things down to like 5 or 6 European countries for the majority of white people colonization. Pretty much.
Even after Eleneshpia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Ayate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer.
Which is why he wanted to become a gleaner.
Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing! Oh, she'll be thrilled! And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt.
So how are you feeling about Pakul Jaja now? What I'm about to say may make me an asshole, but it is the truth.
Which is to say, well, we should be on our way.
Wait, is that at the end of the expansion?
Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kachua.
Help! I need help! I don't know if that's the right voice, but I'm just making a strong decision.
What's that about? We'll investigate. Please wait here.
So here's where I'm currently at with it. I understand why he did what he did. He spent way too long being not just an asshole, but an asshole of the highest caliber, to where he has yet to grow on me. Ironically, I hate his dad less than I hate him. Because his dad didn't have a long enough time to build up me hating him. So his heel turn coming faster. What do you think about Single-Head Lizard Son? Oh, he's gonna get his ass beat. I need to beat that ass down. He's been an asshole from minute one, and now he's like out here trying to end the world with like laser magic and shit. I'm beat that ass. Very, very happily.
No doubt these are the infamous local bandits.
Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. Yeah, but the difference there, Bloodwedding, is that that was what Xenos wanted. He's a fight sexual, after all. And more specifically, he is demi-fight sexual.
It's Namika, Wuklamat's nursemaid. Erinville, an Orient.
Coming in close and was slit a throat from ear to ear.
If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it.
Oh, yeah?
Hold on. Did he say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea.
Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. What expansion are you on? DoorDash Stoner, I am... What up, Gangsta Trickshot? Also, I am on Dawntrail. I'm on the current expansion.
Please, you have to give it back. I'm going after Namika. This slot I leave to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, welcome in, both of you. Cocky bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. The setting is dark and scary. I don't know about that. He can deal with him later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. I mean, like, there's always some level of tension and whatnot, but Dawntrail has, by and large, been a far brighter expansion than what we've been used to. At least in my opinion, which is part of why I enjoy it. There's a lot more joy to the things you're doing. Doesn't mean there's no stakes or anything, just, it's a lot more joyful. Heck yeah! Also, I freaking love this track for battle. It's such a good fight song. Gotcha. Nope. Okay, where are we headed? I don't know, somewhere over there. Arc it is. Dude, you're good at voice acting. I appreciate that, DoorDash. Thank you. I feel like a tornado might have... Oh, if you're talking about, like, the current location... So this area is Shaloni, and it is very, very old Western movie kind of situation. Very, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, Tombstone, like that kind of feel. So there is a bit of a dustiness and everything to it. And thank you for that, DoorDash Stone. Like I said, I've done some voice acting. I'm trying to do more, because it is something I truly enjoy doing, and it makes me happy. I might have a video game project lined up in the very near future, like within the next calendar year. We're still talking details, but it would be very cool, so... Yeah, the music is great in Dawntrail. So can put his foot in it.
Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea of where they're headed. You said they stole something from you?
That's awesome. What kind of game? Strategy RPG. Still very, very tenuous. Nothing concrete at all, but I have a better than average shot, I'll say.
A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the right of succession ended, and Wuglamat crowned the next Dawn servant. She is ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy, I wanted everyone to know. Everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve. And now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. Well, I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. We're getting that bracelet back. Good.
It was caught in whatever K your camera is that I asked you for a favor and your response was to roll your eye. No, don't mute it. Oh, you want to mute? Oh, so nothing. And whatever K it is, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, no, I do need you real quick, actually.
Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Honorian will make certain of that.
Anyways, what is your favorite thing about this game? I love the story. I do. It's fun. It's great to enjoy and, like, be a part of. Like, I love the dungeons and things like that. But the story is what makes it so good. The continuing...
I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should.
What are you looking for? I think I might have been putting your muted convo into the scrolling text still. It happens.
I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklemat put so much faith in you both.
Do you like the expansion so far? I love it. I really do. I know a number of people.
Before anything else, let's see her back to Sheshnawatsi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Ayati there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you.
I know a lot of people have been having issues with Dawntrail. They don't like it. Some people are calling it the worst expansion so far, all of that. I'm sorry. It's not to me, not even slightly. I don't agree at all. One, I think this is tonally and story-wise exactly what we needed after all the buildup that has come through Heavensward, through Stormblood, through Shadowbringers, through Endwalker. It's been heavy, 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 heavy. We needed something where the stakes are different. Where there are stakes, but they're not quite the same. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been getting here. I've been getting, there are stakes, there is importance to what we're doing, but it's not the moment we fail, the world is over, right? Like, especially if you looked at it as like, okay, what if Kona took over? Well, he might not be perfect, but he does love his people, and he's not a warmonger. Like, there are other people who could have won, and things would have been okay. It wouldn't have been the end of the world. So it's just a situation where, like, I don't really see why people have all the issues they do, but it's not the biggest deal to me personally. Okay? But I really love it. I'm enjoying the world. I'm enjoying Tural as a whole, so...
Erenville told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick, but at least she's safe and I know you'll set things right. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Wuklamat, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest, we can leave to the Dustwatch. Well now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong, are you? I may have staved the star on one occasion. You saved the star? That's a bold claim to make, but if true, that certainly speaks to your strength. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late, there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tunatanyawi to the southwest. Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits. Not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place. I can let the Dustwatch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I'd like to ascertain. If you've no objections?
What is the most fun character to play? I honestly don't know how to answer that question because, like, you don't play different characters.
Right then. Let's be off.
You make one character and are put into the world. There are some choices you can make that'll change things towards earlier on, especially, but, like, the story is the story. If you're talking about, like, what is the most fun class to play, your mileage may vary there. I am currently playing the Viper class, which is new to this expansion. I thoroughly enjoy it. I like the mechanics of how it uses its weapon attack combos to also work as its buffs. Like, following the weapon skill chains are how you get buffs, whereas in other classes, often it's like you have attacks and then you have buffs, and learning to work them is how you maximize yourself, kind of thing. So that's my opinion there, but your mileage may vary. Does everyone have a favorite class if they play the game? My guess is that.
It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves.
But yeah, many people have multiple classes they love. So I'm currently Viper, but I also, I love playing Dragoon. I also really love tanking, just in general. I love being the guy who's like, come at me, bro. So pretty much any tank class. I have a big affinity for Gunbreaker, for Paladin. I'm really enjoying Warrior, which I've been leveling.
They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now?
I played Warrior and it was awesome. Yeah, I do enjoy it.
A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelet. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings. Ramshackle as they are, it should provide a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. How do I get in? Back door, maybe? Oh. Bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on any inside. As you lean in to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. Dunno where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot will work the mines when it's easier money to be had. Not when we got a boss who can keep the dust watch off our backs. Ha! Hey, watch what you say. Wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who'd ever believe one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who brought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? Ha ha ha! Okay. Alright, we got some very particular people in that one. And so that notice you here, you can safely eavesdrop. As you lean in, you begin to feel. Let me out of here, you bastard! Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat. Make me! I'll get y'all back for framing my friends! The vulture, most of all! You tell him he can eat shit! Nah, how about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. I do love Kona, Shen. I do. He was the one who most was like, oh, you grew on me. Like, you are a very cool character with plenty of purpose. As you lean in to listen, you hear someone, blah, 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 blah. Brought a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? But it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot! How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please, please! I'm sorry! Reckon we can find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here, your award. Don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. Yeah, no, we didn't. As far as I'm aware, we did not meet him in Charlian Bloodwedding. I don't remember seeing him at all, and there was no, like, point where we interacted with him. So, weren't you able to learn anything? Their leader is a man of the Dust Watch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? It seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Also, you rushed through Endwalker? Zekoa? That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture. Their leader's alias, no doubt. fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in Husatawi, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult, though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. Okay. Storm the hideout. I can take him. I probably could if we can be honest, but you know. The direct approach may have served you well in the past, but it won't suffice here. Wihute is the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. He could claim we're the criminals in all this, and no few people would believe him. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Jesus. Luataninyawasa. Luataninyawasa. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. They're definitely going with actual accurate names of settlements and places for something inspired by the Old West. A lot of native influence in there. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Yehehekea, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's their breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the Yehehekea into the bandit's hideout, flushing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask that you collect the excrement. While you see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. He literally is telling me to go grab shit. Alright, cool. Sure. And before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plants we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. Yee-hee-hee, Kaya! You can call this a Lunyui Shehi all you want. Motherfucker, that's a Triceratops. I know a Triceratops when I see a Triceratops. That's a Triceratops. Survey the area but see no signs of Yehihikaya droppings. No, 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 no. Cool. Okay. Survey the area, see no sign. Survey the area, you find some shit. Find a pile of droppings and gingerly scoop them into your pouch. You know what ruins you in this game? Eureka or Boja, because mobs damn near chase you to the ends of the earth. Well, so they're doing the FF11 thing. Finished already, are we? Train to edge. Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with tumbleclaw fibers, dried naupala tender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let's get back to Tona Tenyawi. Come on, come on! I'll tell you what. Hanging out with certain people can absolutely make you want to do things. And being around things can make you want to do things. I wouldn't be surprised if someone watched me playing this and was like, yeah, I want to play FF14 now. I say that because I've mentioned I have become, in real life, very, very dear friends. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe they would say the same. I'm not going to ask because then I don't have to have my belief, shaken or torn apart. But I've become, as far as I'm concerned, very dear friends with Samantha Bayart, the voice of Karlach in Baldur's Gate 3. And after having been around a bunch of stuff, like having been around them, and then, messaging them recently and everything else, man, I want to play some Baldur's Gate 3. If I wasn't so intent on trying to finish and trying to finish Dawntrail before moving on to the next series of stuff, I would probably just start playing Baldur's Gate 3 on stream. Everything's ready. Time to set our plan into motion. You know, Caracal? A fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractant I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The Yehehekeya will come soon after. That's why I don't, No, I can... Jokes aside, I can confirm, like, we're good friends. We're very close. Like, I'm not just saying that. It'd be very funny, especially now if I was, but... it's been, like, straight up confirmed to my face. that smell? But yeah, it makes me really want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, that rakes! We love you, random white dude. That's my name. Don't wear it out. What you put in the fire? Wasn't me, I swear! Ugh, did something die? Phew. Someone want to explain that ungodly stench to me? Oh, he's holding the damn thing? I have to whoop his ass now. The boss, over there. Huh? What in the world? Time to get off book on! That's what they're saying. Oh! Never mind. Run for your lives! Yeah, so this seems like murder? Some smoke's what drew him here. I swear when I find out who did this. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelet. Hey! What's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight. We'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now! They're gonna kill me! I'm begging you, please! Shh. They'll hear you. Shit. Who was that? Well, plan changed. Hey! Are you gonna help me or what? The bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I didn't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you. Eventually. Really? I don't even know who you are. Secret admirers of mine or something? I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture. I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? One and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dust Watch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. Trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now, too. We can go together. I got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Tonatiawi? They're called the Daybreakers. It was me and my friends that founded the group. But it wasn't a gang of cutthroats. Not back then. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago. Whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. We fucking shot him. With a duel. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. We made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then, about a year ago, Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without questions. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people who's created to protect. I talked over my friends, Quicana and Lewini, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. Still remember how he gloated that he'd win. I'm guessing that he lost, and he's a sore fucking loser. When the day came, he showed up with a dust watch and had my friends arrested on charges of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dust Watch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was! Till that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. Took me prisoner and, well, you know the rest. You said the Dust Watch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture, then? No, not all of them. The Sheriff, Kamaka, he's as honest as they come. Staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting. Doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chiefs, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelet. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. I know. For what it's worth, I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Shejanawazi Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. James Dean looking ass. Not wrong. Also, Caracal, what other job could it be? Obviously, an American character was going to be a machinist. Not even getting into the fact that they're in the Old West. The machinist has drones. Good. You're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. But biggest issue right now, I'm almost full on fucking glamour dresser spots. Oof. Well, well. Look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels, where no one would think to look. Dear UCP, please give more glamour dresses. Okay, thanks. Honestly, at this point, they probably should. This many expansions in, like, just give a little bit more. It worked a couple of expansions ago. It doesn't anymore. Mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tural, where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of sight till he got his coin in hand. Be fair, he did upgrade it from 400 from 800. Oh, okay, well, could be worse then. I wasn't sure what to make after Husatawi, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. Vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're going to catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to Husatawi would be ideal. For that, I need one of you to help me. This will buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Wahood's carrying the bracelet, but regardless, there'll be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman, and child of the woods understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. Let me make him sound... Well, like, not quite, but I can see where you're saying that. Johnny Bravo's... It'd be down here. It's the same kind of tonality and the same delivery, but you gotta have it down here for old mama. Hoo! Alright! But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds. It's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that'll be the end of the Vulture. The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? I say let Zakawa have his duel. Thanks! Sure was lucky running into two of you. You won't regret this, I promise. If you're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you! If you play this as a machinist, does it let you do the duel instead? I was seen in Tonatenyawi, so it's probably best I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the Vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, you won't be able to resist taking the bait. No, it would be dope. You'll want to buy your friends as much time as possible and make your way to Husatawi. Once you got the Vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. I think it'd be hella dope if they had that as an option. The Yahikaya were likely that Shatona's doing. What's his angle? Then there's the brat. It's past time I dealt with him. Oblivious to perhaps a poke. What's this? Ah, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you need of the Dust Watch, sir? What? Zakawa tried to rob you, but you apprehended him? I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, turn to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Now accompanying you, keep him on your side. You can leave him behind if you wish to come. Okay, cool. Oh, there's talking areas. Okay. Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist. Sheshinawazi Springs is home to a thriving ceruleum mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, though. Small talk. Something the matter? If not, then please lead on. Is there, hypothetically, is there anywhere we could run that's like way out of the way? No. I was wondering if they had put like a little talk spot like way out here where he's like, where the hell are you leading me? Do you have any clue where we're going? That would be fun in my estimation. Is this the place? I don't see him. Whoops! Silly me. Just a little further. I see. Very well. Lead on. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best be wary of the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on ceruleum. But for you, I reckon they'd make an exception. Something the matter? If not, please lead on. Leave me alone. 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 Go away from me and leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to fight anything, and especially not a blue bomb. This the place then? Could have sworn I left him. Is some sort of joke? Of all the... Let's keep moving. Oh, wait. Is that the one I just left? Or... I think it is. It is. Okay. I was like, did one pop up behind me? That would be neat. I'm wasting your time, but it's okay because it's in fucking character. Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Hey, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Oh, leave me the fuck alone. I like my song. I need that song from my early 20s working in a coffee shop. Leave me the fuck alone. Feel free to use it now as much as you can and or need to. Bing. This better be the place. Ah! Now I remember. My patience wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place we stop, I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. Ask about the Nopala tenders. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw, needles and all. Cut the chit-chat. All right, where is he? I don't know, buddy. I genuinely do not know. I don't see him anywhere. Where is Sakawa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Confound it! He must have escaped! That's it! I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey! We who? You looking for me? If you want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. Is he barefoot? I'm sorry, I just noticed. Is he barefoot? You'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with you! Oh no, that's just the bottom of the soles of their shoes. Okay. Because for a second, I thought he was barefoot, and I was like, what sort of country Bama white people ass shit did I just see?
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
No. I got a little bit more twang in my version of him.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw.
They should have gone more
You've taken up
Western.
stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
And my bag! So you found the stolen goods.
Oh,
That's
suck
fine
my
work.
dick from the back.
This barrel was at Shisenuetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
What
You've
now,
seen it, then?
motherfucker?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
And here we go. Oh, come off it. I saw you with the bracelet.
What's the meaning of this, Woohoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
I mean a duel, motherfucker.
Woohoote, I challenge you to a duel.
Him being named Wahute
The winner is right,
is a choice.
the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? Huh. A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Okay.
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, Vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
With my gun. Cause I'm gonna kill your ass.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Woohoote drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ah, you're not such a bad guy after all.
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Woohoote had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
Okay, so what are you gonna do about it, bud?
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Oh, look, we're
Those
in
who have
Tombstone,
broken the law
Arizona.
will be
Wait,
taken into
Fantasy
custody.
Land. Tombstone, Trizona.
But
Exactly,
those who haven't will
Goose
be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow.
Maybe I should have leveled up and become a machinist for
What
this
about
part of
you,
the story.
Zakua? What do you intend to do now?
Why? What I've always done.
I'll be yo Huckleberry. I won't.
Protect the weak and help the helpless. The
I'll be yo
old-fashioned
Huckleberry.
way.
Here, this was Vawuk Lamont's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes. A person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
I'll never forget what Eartha Kitt said about James Dean and Paul Newman. Go on. I was a machinist for this part. They don't let you be the one to do it. I asked Gooser, and I was like, if you're a machinist, do they let you do the duel? Come on. I get why they don't, but I think it would be cooler if they did. That ended up being rather more complicated than expected. But all's well that ends well. Phew! Finally, it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to the Sheshinawatsi Springs. You be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. I weren't planning on it, but there's no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. All together. God damn it, Caracal. Time back in my dance studio ranks as one of the most celestial experiences of my life. It's one way to put it. I will say, I don't know how I feel about the decision, though, specifically for James Dean and Paul Newman. Because, like, especially in that, like, at the time, like, they were, like, the same guy. It was just like doing one guy twice. Give me 1 second. Gotta do something real quick. Ornamento! Share stream is best stream, as always.
Okay. What's going on here? Clearly, you've not spent enough time on Tumblr, Josh. Why? Because I was calling James Dean and young Paul Newman the same guy? So here's how I prove that. Hi, Cujo! How are you doing, bud? Good to see you. Here's my proof. Again, Eartha Kitt just slept with one guy twice. Because here is young Paul Newman. Okay? And there's James Dean. It's I understand she slept with them both at the same time, so legally, like, they can't be the same human, but she slept with one guy twice at the same time, is what happened. Because they're the same fucking person. Like, it's the same guy. It's the same guy twice. If they played twins in a movie, everybody would just be like, yeah, I get it. I understand the choice. Like, that's just, it's what it is. I'm not upset about it. No, because you think that wouldn't be the benefit. That's a good point. Is that why everyone loves Loki? Because, like, the plot of the story means they might get to fuck 2 Tom Hiddlestons simultaneously?
My bracelet. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is more than just a gift. It is a part of me I could never hope to replace.
Yes, Josh. Got it. Got it. I'm caught up now. I get it. I understand.
Truly, Uklamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there's no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight.
There you are. The real Daybreakers have arrived. I'd like you to meet my 2 best friends, Quicana and Leween.
If it wasn't for you believing in Zakawa, doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wahute put behind bars.
We never gave up hope that Zakawa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now and lacking in strength. Besides, some outlaws might see us as an easy target. Even so, if anyone should give the Dustwash a slip, Daybreakers will be there. We'll train night and day, so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right?
Right. And you'll teach us how to draw your pistol so fast, won't you?
Well, we won't need a duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Till we meet again!
If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. I'll be here a while yet, though. Do let me know if there's anything I can be of, any way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended. Didn't I tell you? You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake? It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and a large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Let's do that. The station is just over there. It seems people aren't too happy about the train delays.
I'm gonna request you stay on until you finish this mystery.
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
Realistically, I've still got like an hour and change of stream, so should happen. If that's the case, that is resolved soon.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I know he's talking.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work. It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tural at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
It's a real browbeater hot one today. Back inside alert.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I mean, I'm used to it being hot as hell, but I live in Florida,
Seriously?
so...
You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend?
Heat here
If you'd
is
rather
both
strike out
better
on your
and
own,
worse.
I understand.
Better when you're in your house,
So
worse
if
when
you
you're
were willing
not
to
in
lend us a
your house.
hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful.
Like, you can't have a house without... I've said this before, but you genuinely cannot have a house without AC in Florida. Like, they
Thank
will
you.
not let you build
Thank you
it.
so much.
Because it's
I'm
a
Shenza,
health
by
risk.
the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
I refuse to say that, Dorian, because I'm a legit white dad, and it is literally too stereotypical.
There they are. That's them, the two volunteers.
Exactly, Coleslaw. The house is up north in northern
is
climates.
our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Yeah, they're built to retain heat, because they're built for the cold.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Which means that they're god-awful to be in the heat.
Something the matter?
Wait. Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our ceruleum-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Okay.
Right then. What I'd
It
like
makes
you two
sense.
to do is help us procure timber.
You getting any of the
We're using it
wildfire
to
smoke?
fashion new railroad ties.
Here
So it
in
needs
Florida?
to be
No.
the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piata-Yonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first.
And I live in Niagara, smushed between two Great Lakes and a huge mist
Come
generating.
on, no time to
waterfall.
waste.
Yep. So it's just always wet. I do like that they did that, because it makes sense that they reference every so often, like, hey, if there are linked souls across the shards, it's not just you. though no small number live in Shaloni. Jesus, I'm sorry. I must confess that I've never visited the home of the Hetzaro. As they largely live in accordance with older traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. Come, let's follow Waulika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can see it from the outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself. But if you peek through the windows, you can probably catch a glimpse of... Enough jabbering, Shensa. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. We'll see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It's on the way after all. You got the choice of privacy with door closed upstairs but clean heat, death air, or no privacy and risk of COVID from my anti-vax mom circulating because her room's across from mine. Oh, good. Those options are not great, no. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. Menwa Sutton should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. Well, there you are. The village just up ahead. Truth be told, I've never had direct dealings with the people of Menwa and Sowen, but I do know their traditions mean a great deal to them, as does the land. Already tuned. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum. The waters nearby are just as pristine. It's a paradise for people and animals both. I'll say there's some irony that Canada is all kumbaya roasting marshmallows over a fire. They actually now cooking your shelf in the bag into the Ghostbusters Big Marshmallow Man. That's climate change, baby. You don't even need a fire anymore. Yeah, pretty much. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I'm Huato, chief of Menwa Hetzoan, and this is my son, Shepeto. A pleasure to meet you. Trying to see something real quick. Thank you for the warm welcome. We apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Walika, station master of Zal Turak Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Honorian and Aaronville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of pine, but not of the Turali sort. I gather you are not from these lands? Oh, yeah! Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah! This is my part right here. Ooh. What's going on, Rusty Rupees crew? How y'all doing today? Good to see ya. How's the things? How's haps? How was your stream? Welcome in, folks. Those of you who are coming here from Rusty Rupees. My name is Josh. You can call me Anorian. I play old stuff. I play new stuff. I play old platformers. I play RPGs. I play a little bit of everything. And right now, I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail. So feel free to jump in, pull up a seat, and all that good stuff. You may have recently seen me in Hotel Myth with the Rusty Rupees channel, and I was there as your resident hot guy bard slash rockstar slash chef slash couple things, really. But, you know, a little bit of everything. What's going on? How y'all doing today? I hail from Eorzea. Truly? I would love to know more of you and the lands you've seen. Yeah, sure. After we, cut down trees and shit. I am told your people hold their traditions in the highest. Yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well. But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso, in particular, have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, the Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason I believe that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see. That word, Hetso. It means leader of souls in the Hetsaro tongue. Does it not? Excuse me. It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hetsaro. Here we look to the Ronique for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of etherites, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. Go on. Wait, you were a chef in the TTRPG game we played. We will furnish you with the timber you require. I was a chef in that. I wasn't a chef in real life. I cook well, but I'm absolutely not a kitchen chef. We will furnish you with the timber you require. But first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests such a long way, and my son is always delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you'll follow me... I will speak frankly. We fear the winds of change will soon bring misfortune to the land. The Ronique have made the potential for danger plain. As you may have heard, their temperament has become erratic of late. A stableman near Husatawi mentioned that. Do you know what has caused this? We have our suspicions. Since others were drawn to this land by ceruleum, Shaloni has undergone a transformation. And the railroads are a part of that. As strong and resilient as they may seem, Ronique are sensitive creatures. The roar of the train as it thunders through the plains may well cause them distress. As my father said, we do not necessarily reject outside influences or innovations, but in this we can't help but worry. Understandably. I thank you for being forthright. This matter concerns not only the Hetzaro, but all of Shaloni. Perhaps we should bring it to the attention of Valkona. Valkona, you say? We only know him through rumors, but he's apparently... how shall I put this? Hard-headed and aloof. He values technological advancement and efficacy to the detriment of all else. He's a little different now. Mind your tongue, Geppetto! While there is a grain of truth to the rumors, he is not nearly as bad as they make him out to be. His journeys have changed him for the better. So in the course of traveling with him, you witnessed him change with your own eyes. Anorian fought beside Valkona in the right of succession. I take his word over rumors. You took part in the right of succession? You're that close to the Dawn servants? I was grateful for any help, but had no idea it recruited a bona fide hero. The succession of Dawn servants... Oh, the succession of Dawn servants filled us with uncertainty for the future. There's clearly much we do not know. On this particular occasion, winds of change are not meant to be feared. No, we must open our hearts and minds and might see Valkona for who he truly is. Do you think he might visit someday? Just as his father offered us guidance, I'm hopeful that he will do the same. Look, this is my light work. I'll let my apprentice handle most of it. Thank you for hearing and allaying our concerns. I'm glad we could speak. As for your timber, we have freshly cut logs near the lake. Please take all that you require. We're terribly grateful. I promise we'll keep the Ronique foremost in our minds. We continue working on the railroad. And if needs be, we'll see Valkona's council. My thanks again for your time and the timber. We shall endeavor to return the favor. I hope to see you again soon. More than enough timber to fix the ties. Now we need to transport it to the station, which will be a bit more involved than I thought. I didn't expect we'd be given so much. Mind waiting here a spell while I round up a few more hands in a Ronique? Won't be long. I'm glad that went well, and thankfully it seems you won't need to make several trips for the timber. Anyone else here a big Frank's Red Hot and chicken noodle soup is good enjoyers? I do not put Frank's Red Hot in chicken noodle soup because, like, I just enjoy the chicken noodle soup itself. Oh, I didn't even realize. Let me see these things up close. Ooh, ooh, I dig it. A bit more. They glow. I like it. I like it. Not to be typical autistic on Maine, but I absolutely would love to take the major train trip across Canada. That is about the most autistic thing you could have said, Dorian. To be very clear. While we wait, we could get started moving the timber somewhere more accessible. It shouldn't take long if we split the work. Deliver the crate of timber to the main road. You have 2 minutes to complete the task. Should you fail, return to your starting location and begin anew. I prefer Texas Pete, but I'm stuck with Frank's. Yeah. See, for me, I just don't put hot sauce in my soup. I just enjoy the soup. Because if it's a good enough soup, it stands alone.
as a soup. Is my argument. Bow down. Bow bow down. Bow bow down. Bow bow down. Bow bow. Bow bow. Bow bow down.
I should think this will be enough.
That was mighty kind of y'all to move all that lumber. Sorry we didn't make it back sooner. Depends on how stuffed up I am. Chicken noodle soothes the soul, but Tom Yup soup clears the entire body from evil. That's fair. So we'll see to the rest. Listen, I don't blame none of y'all who enjoy hot sauce and soup. Once we repair the tracks, we'll have you on the first train out of town. Ain't that right, Chief? Much as I'd love to make it so, there aren't any spots available. You'll have to wait for the one after, I'm afraid. But you'll be riding free of charge. It's the least we can do to repay your kindness.
That's fine. Namika and no few others were here long before we arrived. It's only right they go before us.
I hope you'll stop by and see the train off. It's a breathtaking sight, let me tell you.
And Nita Weekway will be driving. No engineer compares to her, and it's always a treat to watch her work.
The only work we should be worried about is our own, Shinza. We've still more to do.
I'll find somewhere quiet near the station to pass the time. If there's anything else in Shaloni you're keen to see, I'll leave you to it. Or to try it, I should say. That's the actual word being used here.
I'm gonna do the Ether current quests on my own after stream. I don't blame anyone who puts things like hot sauce or anything else in their soup, but I'm sometimes a bit of a soup purist, shall we say.
Had your fill of the sights. Well, they appear to have almost finished.
Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play. Hit me. Hit me. Hear me.
Glorious grand machine indeed. I hope Namika was able to secure a seat.
Oh. I was like, why isn't it going? Oh, because I turned off auto.
Here she comes!
Thanks to you, we managed to resume service much faster than anticipated. You have our gratitude.
There's nothing so enchanting as a cerulean-powered engine in motion.
Ain't that the truth? Don't think I'll ever tire of watching them chugging along. They make wagons look like toys.
And so long as we can lay the tracks, she can go on and on and on. Before you know it, she'll be crossing the entire continent.
Even Yoshi P understands.
Railroads are a somewhat recent addition to Tural.
There's
as it stands,
one
we can
thing
only ferry folks as
guys
far as
want,
Yasolani.
and it's high-speed
And from an
rail.
operational standpoint, we still have much to learn. There's always some problem or another to deal with.
High-speed rail.
But we'll keep working at it. We'll hone our craft and continue expanding till one day, our trains are running coast to coast. That's the ultimate dream.
I love this song.
Goodness, I completely lost track of time. By now, I expect the train will be nearing Yasolani. When it returns, we'll see you on your way. So if you've got any preparations to make, you better make them quick.
Oh, shit, Stampede.
Not another one?
You can't be serious.
The hell?
Gods have mercy.
Huh? He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh! Okay!
What in the flying? What's happening?
Oh, the train. Nitobekwe and the others.
My home lies that way as well.
We're going to investigate. Right now!
Correct. It's the only way forward. The hell? Oh, good. It's Eorzea, and he's here with his gang of future tech fucking space cruisers and shit. Awesome. Super. Phenomenal.
What in the world? Are they heading for Tural?
If this is the first promise, I don't get why he wouldn't go after the capital first. I think that's what he's doing right now. We need to get back right away. Look, you know my comment. It was good timing, Frankie.
Heavens forfend.
You're here. Good, good. They came from the sky and attacked without any warning. The people need our help.
Jesus H. Christ.
Can you stand?
Try to remain calm, everyone.
Trial, I get it. but also, like, you're trying to defend people with a paintbrush, so, like, I don't know. I know I'd be worried. Y'all better get in there. Oh shit! What? The fuck did you just do?
What did it just do?
Okay. Okay, well now you're gonna do good shit? Alright.
Thank you.
Save the fakes. Just get to safety.
He's uncomfortable being a hero.
I'll hold the line here. Fall back to the palace. Quickly, before it's overrun.
Thank you, Bakojaja.
This is simply how I do things now. So, who wants to take my blade?
That motherfucker better survive. I don't like him, but he better survive. You've come too far towards redemption to die now. I'm sorry, who are you? Is she the white woman of the expansion? Is she this expansion's white woman? Every expansion has a white woman. Okay? They all do. Okay, cool. You know what I'm talking about. Lise. Everyone's favorite birdie. Thornton. Every expansion has a white woman. Oh, you got power armor now. Okay. Bet you feel so fucking cool.
You should still live.
He's gonna strike down his own fucking father?
By the gods, what has happened to you?
This is your butchery, isn't it? After everything you've done in service to the throne, how could you betray us?
My demand is simple. The dissolution of Tural and surrender of all its territories. Refuse, and I will kill every last one of you.
Have you
gone mad?
No. My ambition remains unchanged.
No,
to
Coleslaw.
teach the masses the folly of war, that they cry out for peace, and thus unite the world.
What has changed you so much and in so short a time? To harm the very people you swore to serve. This is an unforgivable deed committed by my son. My son!
You have heard my ultimatum.
And you will have my answer. By my hands, I will end your madness.
We know how this ends. You're a dad in an RPG,
Wait.
man.
I should be the one to do this.
No. His sins are mine to bear.
Hey, we just gonna acknowledge he was already strong and he's hopped up on future truths.
Eorzea is strong. He has never been father's equal in combat.
He's hopped up on future tech. Like,
I
folks.
believed you long dead. To have the chance to kill you myself is an unforeseen blessing.
Like, the old man's gonna put up a fight, but they don't know where this stuff is from. True, Shan, but also, you saw what the people are doing out in the streets. You saw the shoom shoom lasers and shit, and you see he's clearly equipped with stuff. You can draw the conclusion he might be a bit harder than before. Also, he just sliced a chair with energy.
Farewell, Eorzea, my son. And forgive me.
Wait, what? No, he's gonna get up and stab him like this. That's obviously not how this goes. Right, there's... Exactly. Knew it. Fuck's going on? Like, obviously he's gonna get up, but what the fuck is actually happening? Is that just a regeneration tool? Yeah. I always thought it was Eorzea's attendant manipulating him until Zoral yeeted him in the Sinnoh.
Despite his old age,
maybe
the mighty Gulul Jaja remains a fearsome foe indeed. You retain the vitality of two souls, despite the passing of one. I shall even the odds.
Sounded like white magic, Dorian. He's a Viper, man. You can't beat it.
Papa?
So I'm trying to say it sounded like specific white magic. Raise? Raise 2?
Even the blessed are mortal.
Father!
Girl, you gotta know he's punching above your weight class. To say nothing about the fact that, like, we know the weapon triangle. You can't swing an axe at a sword like that.
On my honor, as vow of resolve, I'll make you pay!
So the once faint-hearted girl would live up to her title.
Gotta mess you something. Yeah, hit me.
Very well. If only to demonstrate the disparity between us, I give you a chance to prove yourself. Rally the entirety of your strength. Lay siege to my kingdom. Strike me down, like I did father. Then, will you be his worthy successor?
Roger, wait!
Now I'm slightly
My
getting the
warships
vibe
will remain in your skies.
that he wants to lose.
When you fail to prove your worth, I shall order them to lay waste to Tural. Choose your next steps wisely.
Okay. Oh, Papa can't die. He can't. How? How could this happen?
Enough. I am beyond saving.
Father, please. You can't give up.
Are you there, oh friend?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Look after my children.
What? I'm an old fossil like you. I've only got so many years left. But if that's what you want, It would be an honor.
You and I must go on another journey together someday.
Come on, man.
Aye, you can count on it.
Oglamat. Kona.
Yes, Papa.
The graves of the Yokoi. You saw them, yes? I always found their teachings comforting.
Please, Father, you must save your strength.
Our flesh may wither and die, but so long as we are remembered, we are never truly gone. Through you, my hopes survive. Through you, I live on. So do not mourn me. Walk tall and see our nation to a brighter future.
He passed on his title and his kingdom to the people he knew could keep it safe. He was finally able to join his brother.
Papa.
Whew! Right. So, Vawuklamat, Vakwana, I bring word from the city. The enemy has withdrawn, and the landsguards have begun rendering aid to the people. Casualties within our ranks have hindered progress, but we continue to do all that we can. Thank you for the report. Please inform the guard there to prioritize such efforts until further notice. The people. I need to help them. No problem, Shan. We will assist you in whatever way we can, of course. Thank you. Thank you. There are sure to be wounded everywhere. More than I could count. We'll split up and help all of them. You can count on us. Alfino and Alize, could you take Bayside Bevy and Kryl and Aaronville, the palace perimeter? As for Honorian, please come to the Resplendent Quarter with me. We'll all meet back here afterwards. Okay. Woo! Oh, this music changes. Hitting like a truck. Because, like, there ain't shit to be swinging around about. Alright. Thank you, sir. But my husband and son, they were... Yeah, and right now what they need is for you to make it. Thanks. I think I'm all right. Did you see them? Those soldiers. They look like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? Someone else in this section. Or else we wouldn't be able to come up here. There's my some. Of his Perpetuate, but there is a quest that is available that spoils the fact that Kona becomes the vow of reason. Wait, what? If it's been patched yet, but there is a quest that is available that spoil. Oh! I get what you're saying. Like one of these quests around town that you can access before you finish everything that tells you that Kona's the vow of reason. Got it. Like they didn't gate it properly. Right, thanks. I'll be fine now. But we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? And where were Val Wuklamat and Val Kona? I don't to blame, I understand. I do, but I need to clear my head. Like, as soon as you come back for the last trial, you can do the quest. It's supposed... Ah. So they didn't properly think out the gating of that one. Which I can imagine might be a little annoying if you're the type who's, you know, like you, Caracal, where, like, you need to do all the quests before you move on, but especially if they're the type where they're like, no, I do all the quests as soon as they show up. Thank you. I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader. They say he looked like Sir Al-Jah, but that can't be true, can it? Why would the first promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? Yeah, if it's someone who's like, no, I need to clear these out as soon as they're available, so then I move on with story and everything, and they clear, like, oh, new quests, and then they see that, and it's like, wait, what? I can imagine that would be, tick frustrating. Oh, nope, gotta go back upstairs. Is it over here? Is it in the house? Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna eat this person. Thank you. The pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? And why are those things still in the sky? We had peace under Galula Jaja. We were safe, but now... Oh, shut up. On some Galul Jaja kept us safe nonsense. Because he was gonna keep you safe from fucking drone strikes. You finished eating the people? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children! No, now isn't the time. There are still others who need help. Could you go and see how things are at Talon March, and afterwards go and find Eorzea at Bayside Bevy? There's no evidence of significant damage from the battle. The fighting did not spread this far, it seems. There's the next spot. Fresh scorch marks on the ground are doubtless from the enemy assault. I have a question. For anyone who's, like, played through the expansion and feels comfortable doing so and is willing to look, I'm currently on the quest No Time for Tears. The shop appears to have weathered the chaos, though its wares have been strewn across the floor. Roughly how many quests are left in the expansion? I'll probably forget. I'm not looking at it for spoiler purposes. It's just I'm already up to 97 myself. And, like, the quest is 96. Still a substantial. Port remains untouched, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. You have 3 dungeons. Oh, Jesus fuck. Yeah. If I don't get in bonus streams, there's no way I'm gonna finish this before October. Because I'll only, as of now, I have 4 streams before October starts. So I'll have to see if I can get in some bonus stuff. Remember, you haven't even done the 97 dungeon yet. Correct. I've helped all those I could find and seen them delivered into the Landsguard's care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did. And if Suraljar actually meant to harm the people... I mean, look around. The buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike whenever he pleases. We can discuss that later. How is Lamati? It's actually just past the halfway mark. Got it. Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her head towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gurnitru Gleam Sands. Whose body did she just find?
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink.
Wook.
There you are, Lamachi. I was beginning to...
Come on. Come on. Take it. Please.
Oh, she's breaking.
Lamachi. Lamachi!
How could I?
39 quests left. Yeah, I'd have to be on like a 10 quest a day speed, which is just a tick much.
Look at me, Lamachi. You need rest. You and him both. I will tend to this soul.
But my people... I have to help them.
The Landsguard have matters well in hand. Trust in them.
Go to hell if you don't love Uklamat, man. Come on.
If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty.
I stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
We'll handle this together.
You'll stick with me. Thank you. My head's a little clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do, rather than what I can't. We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling
What up,
to listen.
Quaresma?
Even so, I believe that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. My brother is different. There will be no reasoning with him. He killed our people. Our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight. I must confront Eorzea and kill him.
Well, she's resolved to her proper duty. I'm fine. Just needed a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there with me, and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly. I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Aralja commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do, I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle. Not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray. But I'll make it my strength. The strength to do what I must. Right. I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Gona. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Eorzea I'll be alright? She's probably at Bayside Bevy. We gonna run there! Because a warp would kind of just, like, it get us closer, but it's like going out of your way, doing the menus for, like, closer and also to the side. So at that point, it just feels easier to just sprint and go. All right. Oh, you're back. By that, I take it to mean Lamati is feeling better. She needs to be strong for the people of Tural, I understand that, but she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight. Together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. Yeah, I'm just seeing something out of curiosity. Okay, cool. Also, let me do this. Log. No, I want to see the quest log. Journal, if you will. Complete quests. No. Cool. Where do we start? I think this is what we did. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, which is about what I expected. So in other words, I gotta see if I can work in at least 1 extra day. Probably 2, because 7 or 8 quests per day is probably a bit more likely. And that way I should be able to finish before October starts, which would be my goal. Let me see. Let me see. Where we at? Oh! Oh, look at all this freaking midriff. Look at all of it. Look at this. Answer. Ho era. Ho era. For show era. That's where we at. All right, folks. Yeah, so that's basically it for today. I will try and do everything I can to do an extra stream this week. I will let you know when I'm going to do it, assuming I get to, and see if we can really try and make sure we can finish before the end of the month. I will hopefully have some videos dropping this week as well. That's basically it. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Till next time. I'll catch you later, fam. All right.